What's good, you guys? Your boy Ben Mahari here, representing Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. I hope everybody's been having a good Saturday thus far. I'm telling you, we have one of the most anticipated championship matches that we've had in the last few years. And off of the heels of the exciting fight between Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia, we got the undisputed 135-pound championship fight between Devin Haney, the champ, versus Vasiliy Lomachenko. And this has been a fight that I've been waiting for the last 3 to 4 years. Now, most people that have been covering boxing already know that Lomachenko had no intentions originally to take this fight because remember, as he was the WBC champion at the time, remember, he's basically requested to be WBC franchise champion and got it. And therefore, when Devin Haney was the mandatory for the WBC championship, he was able to bypass Devin Haney. And this has been a fight that has been anticipated for the last 3 or 4 years. And the reason being is that there's a lot of history, there's a lot of personal tension between these two guys. And I think that now it's turned up even further after what we saw in the weigh-in yesterday. And I will tell you this: I don't blame Devin Haney for what he did. Now, I know there's been a lot of people that have been very, very angry or just crying and whining and going up in arms, thinking about, oh, he should never have done that. You know, Devin Haney's a bully and this and that. We don't respect him because of his dad and everything. Listen, bro, I don't really care. I really don't care. What we saw in that weigh-in was built-up frustration finally coming out. Keep in mind, before Devin Haney became undisputed, this man was not getting fights to fight. He was not getting fights. He was not being called out by some of the elite fighters at 135. We know Tank Davis ducked him. We know Ryan Garcia ducked him. And as I said before, even Lomachenko ducked him. And so this was basically 4 years of built frustration coming out. And I don't blame Devin Haney for feeling this way. I don't. Now, could be another reason to sell the fight? That too. I wouldn't dismiss that. But at the same time, it's literally just built up frustration. As I said before, people don't seem to understand. This man literally had to go through various, obstacles to become undisputed champion. Remember, when Tio Lopez beat Lomachenko for those unified belts, all right? Even Lopez himself, another guy that ducked Devin Haney, made it clear that he had no intentions on fighting him. So I don't want to hear all this talk about, oh, he wasn't going to try to dunk them. Yeah, he was. He made it clear. He said it himself that you're not getting the title shot. And the WBC and Top Rank is not going to allow you to get yourself a title shot. Basically, he snitched himself. And so when he lost to George Kambosos was looking to try to make a fight with Vasiliy Lomachenko. And Lomachenko didn't want to fight because of his military obligations in the Ukraine. Take it how you want it. But literally, George Kambosos had no choice but to take the fight because there was no one else at 135 that he can pretty much go up against. And Devin Haney had to go through various obstacles again, going to foreign soil and beat George Kambosos not once, but twice, and become the undisputed, 135-pound champion. And literally, I've seen a lot of people hating on Devin Haney for various reasons, as I said before. But you should be excited that we got one of the fights that we've been waiting for the last 4 years. This has been a fight personally for me that I've been wanting to see and I've been begging to see, because for years we've been debating about who would beat either who. You know what I mean? There were a lot of people, including Back Fight Fan TV, who's a huge Lomachenko fan, who pretty much said that he believed in Lomachenko beating Devin Haney. And I've heard him say it before. And there's been a lot of people that has been, including myself, that said that no, Devin Haney is the man that's going to beat him. And we've been debating about this for years. And now I thought that this fight would never happen. I thought that Lomachenko would just be content of not even daring to fight Devin Haney. But he proved us wrong. He signed on the dotted line, and now he's going to take the fight. Now, tonight, here's my prediction of the whole fight. I do believe that this fight is going to be a very difficult chess match. Now, because of the fact that both these fighters are very tactical fighters and have various advantages. Lomachenko is excellent of taking angles away, you know what I mean? Using various angles, using various combinations to frustrate and movement to face against his opponents. Here's the problem with this. Devin Haney does the same, but even better because Devin Haney is bigger. He has a very strong jab and a very good lead right hand. Now, does he have a questionable chin? We don't know. We've seen him get hit, but bounce back. I'm talking about Haney. But we've seen him dominate people where literally he was getting grabbed on. You know what I mean? I remember when George Kambosos was grabbing onto Devin Haney's arm and trying to hit him with a right hand, and Devin Haney still ducked away from the right hand. So we saw the evolution and the talent of this kid. Literally, I've seen the boxing establishment hate on this man because they know that this man is the goods. This man is widely talented and could be the next Mayweather type pay-per-view star if he isn't going to be already. Now we know that Tank Davis has already gotten to a great start with his pay-per-view, numbers. You know what I mean? But I digress. The point here is this. When this fight happens tonight, I believe that Devin Haney is going to completely outbox him and pretty much punish him for the full 12 rounds. I predict that Devin Haney will win this fight by unanimous decision. But could I see him possibly, forcing Lomachenko to quit? It could be a possibility. I mean, this is a really 50-50 fight if we're being honest with ourselves here. This reminds me a lot of when Bernard Hopkins faced against Felix Trinidad in 2001. Remember, Bernard Hopkins literally threw the Puerto Rican flag down in front of Trinidad and his people. All right. And nearly started a full-scale riot. If it wasn't for the security to get Bernard Hopkins out of there, he would have not came out of Puerto Rico alive. And there were so many people that felt that because how Felix Trinidad has been knocking out his opponents, they felt that Bernard Hopkins was going to get punished and then knocked out, especially how he did against William Joppy. When it came to that fight, I was watching the fight as a kid, and I felt that Bernard Hopkins was going to be much more superior because of his defense, dirty tactics, and he was much more bigger naturally as a middleweight than Felix Trinidad. And in that night, Bernard Hopkins proved the whole world why he was one of the all-time great middleweights in boxing history when he became undisputed middleweight champion, knocking out Felix Trinidad in the 12th round. Do I feel that it's going to be the same way? I don't know. I don't think so. But I do believe that in this fight here, Devin Haney has a lot on his plate here. All right. And Vasiliy Lomachenko has a lot to prove. Why? Because many people believe that Vasiliy Lomachenko is near the end of his career. And this has been a fight that many people believe that Lomachenko can pretty much outbox and pretty much punish Devin Haney. So I believe that Vasiliy Lomachenko has more to prove than Devin Haney. Devin Haney has beaten the obstacles. He's went through various, dead ends to get where he has to be. And right now, he's basically living pressure free because I believe that Lomachenko has more to prove. He has to go in there and prove that he can pretty much defeat this 24-year-old, champion that's now knocking on the door of the cusp of superstardom. So I do believe that the pressure is going to be on Lomachenko to hurt this kid. If he can't hurt him within the first 3 rounds, this fight's going to be over with. Because then all Devin Haney has to do is use the jab, use the lead right hand, cut the ring off, and punish the little man for the full 12 rounds to the point of where he may want to quit. So that's just my prediction of the fight. But as you can see, and with the tone of my voice, I'm excited for this fight because I've been wanting to see this fight for years, and we finally got it. So what do you guys think? Do you believe that Vasiliy Lomachenko is going to pull out the massive upset, or do you believe that this is the night that Devin Haney, takes another huge step to becoming the pay-per-view star that we know him in being? So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you have Devin Haney win the fight, or do you have Lomachenko winning the fight? Let me know what you guys think. Good luck to both of these men, and enjoy the fight, you guys. I might come back for a post-fight video, but we'll see what happens. Until then, enjoy the fight, you guys. Peace.